All right. So this weekend, I actually went 4-0 in all my fantasy leagues. So I think I kind of know what I'm talking about. Today, I'm going to help you guys out and give you some waiver wire fantasy pickups. All right. I'm going to kind of do it by first is the best, last is okay. Starting with quarterback, if you were struggling a little bit, I got a few dudes here for you. I think as of right now in the draft, everyone played pretty solid. But if you want to try someone else, I would recommend picking up. First of all, people are going to think I'm pretty crazy. Mitch Trubisky. All right. Now the reason why is because last week he actually did pretty well. I think it was a 7th-ranked quarterback. And this week he's going to be going up against the Giants, a very poor secondary, as you saw last night with Juju Smith cooking those Giants DBs. Now, last week I'm pretty sure he also scored like 24 points. So I think if you want to try to, I don't know, I don't really think it's a gamble this week against the Giants. You never really want to play Mitch, but I think he's a good play this week. Next, we have Jimmy G, who last week actually scored 19 points against a good Cardinals defense, a good one, not anything crazy. But this week, he'll be playing against the Jets secondary, who's pretty weak. Last week, Josh Allen torched them. So I think he'll actually gain some confidence throwing the ball, which if you do want to own Jimmy G for the rest of the year, should be very helpful. Confidence plays a very big factor in how successful players are. So Jimmy G, if you really need someone, he's not a bad pickup this week. Next, we have Phillip Rivers, who I think looked pretty good in that Colts offense. I think he had 2 picks. I think one of them at least went off a receiver's hands. Now he's going up against the Vikings this week, and Aaron Rodgers put on a clinic against them. So I think that Phillip Rivers has a chance, especially with Nyheim Hines. Paris Campbell is out there. Other good receivers, they have Pittman, I believe. But Jonathan Taylor actually got some receiving yards off screen and stuff too. So it should be interesting to see Phillip Rivers go out there. I think he should have a pretty good day. Lastly, if you're really desperate, looking at Baker Mayfield, I'm sure nobody has him because he did atrocious last week. I even dropped him. But if you really need him, I wouldn't give up hope just yet. Going up against a pretty poor Cincinnati team, I think that the Browns have a lot of potential to bounce back on Thursday night. Next, also Cam Newton. I think he's picked up in a good amount of leagues, but Cam Newton's a good quarterback to go and look for. Some people got him, some people didn't. He's another good guy to look after. Next, running backs. Number 1, we got Malcolm Brown. He got most of the workload. 3 running backs carried the ball for the Rams, but he got most of the workload, and he looked good, in my opinion, and he's playing against Philadelphia, who's okay. It's always good to have running backs that at least get the ball because towards the end of the year, it gets really slim. Running backs get hurt. Running backs are obviously picked up, so it's really good to go get those running backs right now. Next, Nyheim Hines. I think he's at least a top 5 performer. Scat back, fast dude. I was going to pick him up. I was going to pick him up in the morning. I looked. I checked the overview. They're like, he's probably not going to do anything. I was going to pick him up. That steered me away from it. I really wish I did. He looked really good. And what's his name? Marlon Mack. He got hurt. So Nyheim Hines should get a lot of touches, and he could get the hot hand again. Obviously, you want Jonathan Taylor out there if you have him, but Nyheim Hines, another good option. He could have a really good week again. He also scored, I think, like 25 points last week. And I believe Minnesota was really bad against the run, like 26th. That's what I have in my notes. I could be wrong. But so Nyheim Hines, look out for him. Next, we have Benny Snell, who I thought personally looked really good. Yes, against a weak Giants defense, but he looked good. And James Conner also got hurt. They're playing against Denver, who did okay against the run last night. So he's more on the later end if you just want to pick up a running back. There's potential there. Not the highest ceiling against Denver, but it's good to have a number 1 running back on your team, especially just even if it is for the bench. Next, Jet McKinnon for the 49ers. With the 49ers, you really never know who's going to get the hot hand. Last week, McKinnon, I think he got like 13 points, and he's in the mix with Coleman and Mostert. So you never really know with the 49ers. That's why I kind of steer clear, except for Mostert. If you have Mostert, you have to play him this week. But McKinnon, he has potential. He's very fast. He's coming back. He looked pretty good. And they're playing a very poor Jets team. There's a chance that we go up. A lot of the running backs get to play. A lot of the running backs get to run the ball. So Jet McKinnon, if you're more on the desperate side of things, someone to definitely look at, in my opinion. Next for wide receivers, Darius Slayton. He's probably one of the bigger pickups that you could have. Danny Dimes' favorite deep target, probably one of his favorite targets in general. Chicago defense doesn't look like it's going to be as good as it has been in years past, but Slayton is a good pickup just to hold for a while too, for sure, especially when they play against weaker teams. So definitely look out for Darius Slayton. Next, I have Allen Lazard and MVS, Marquise Valdes-Scantling, because Aaron Rodgers went crazy last week. Aaron Rodgers is proving to everyone that he's a top quarterback still in the league. And they're playing against a really poor Lions secondary. So I'm trying to get any piece of that Packers offense that I can right now. And not to mention last week, the Lions let Mitch Trubisky score on them. That's a lot. That's saying a lot. So Aaron Rodgers, I'm expecting to have another fantastic week. Allen Lazard, MVS, some good pickups right there. If you're lacking at the wide receiver position, I think they're both like at least top 10, which is pretty nuts. So next we have Corey Davis. This is the last one, so it's kind of more, hey, if you're desperate, you need someone, you're looking for Corey Davis here. Had a lot of yards on 7 catches, 101 yards to be exact. I think with A.J. Brown having a really good year last year, most defenses in the pass game are going to kind of watch towards him, lean towards him, and kind of let Corey Davis and other receivers get open. Like Adam Humphries had a lot of catches yesterday, but Corey Davis is a freak. People forget how good he was. I think he was like a top 5 pick for the Titans not too long ago, but he's a big target, good receiver. Not only that, with people stacking in on the run, stacking that box, Corey Davis has potential to have another pretty good week. I did not write who they're playing. I'm trying to remember. Don't remember. But Corey Davis, a good pickup there if you are very lacking. Next, we have the tight ends. Dallas Goedert, he's the biggest tight end pickup you can have right now. He's the number 1 ranked tight end. Obviously, Carson Wentz loves that guy. And, I mean, the Rams did well. They're playing the Rams this week. Rams did well against tight ends, but the Cowboys don't have anyone like Wentz and Goddard. So, I'm expecting Goddard to have a pretty solid week at least. So, Dallas Goedert is a good pickup. Another player, another tight end, Austin Hooper. I was going to say Amari Hooper. No. Austin Hooper. He's going up against the Bengals. The Bengals are not good. This should be a bounce back game, like I said, for the Browns. And people forget how good Austin Hooper was, especially now that he's on the Browns. I saw he got like 3 points last week. But he should be a good play if you really need a tight end. Jonnu Smith, another pretty good play. He's really Tennessee Swiss Army knife. If you saw last night, they even had him line up as running back, which is kind of crazy. They're playing against the Jags. I like Jonnu Smith there. He's actually very talented. He's fast for a tight end. I really like the guy. I think he had like 10 points last night. So Jonnu Smith is another good pickup if you need a tight end. Got 2 more here for you, a few tight ends. Next, we have O.J. Howard. So O.J. Howard, he scored. We got 4 catches. So the Buccaneers and Tom Brady, they're going to throw to him a little bit more than last year, at least. Last year, O.J. Howard was horrendous if you had him. But, I don't know. You can't really expect him to do that much. But if you need someone, not a bad idea. Next, you have Greg Olsen for the Seahawks. Another solid guy. Russell Wilson likes to get to the ball to the tight ends. So, but he's playing against New England, which New England, I don't think their defense is that good. But, again, a solid play there if you need a tight end. Lastly, we got the defenses. First, I have the Browns. So, like I said, the Browns are playing against the Bengals. It's time for the Browns to step up. They don't have much more time before everyone gives up on them. I think they should have a bounce-back game. Their defense is solid. They have Myles Garrett, right? And a few other picks. So I think that they should be okay. And lastly, we have the Titans defense. They are playing against the Jags. Titans always keep teams to like, I would say 20 points or less. All right, maybe even more, 14 points or less. Titans are always in low-scoring games. They have a nice, solid defense. They like to control the ball. So against the Jags, Minshew's pretty fire. He's on fire. He's hot right now. But I think the Titans should do pretty well. So if you need defenses, those are the two defenses. I'd even say maybe Cardinals versus Redskins. Cardinals defense is okay. If you don't have Browns or Titans, yeah, why not? So those are my waiver pickups. I think they should all do pretty good. If they don't, oh well. I'm not in charge of your team. You are. So good luck, everyone playing. I'm definitely going to be looking out for these players. Let me know if they work for you. Let me know if they don't. If they don't, I'm sorry. If they do, you're welcome. All right. Peace out.